We're gonna make a hardstyle artist tier list, but we're not just gonna rate the artists. We're gonna rate them based on how they perform in different categories, such as kicks, leads and melodies, and sound design. So we have 27 artists, and to be in the list, they have to primarily make melodic hardstyle and be active in the scene. This means that all the raw artists only focused on making kicks are not gonna be rated in this list. In each category, I'm giving scores from 1 to 10, so 5 is average and 10 is best in class. We're gonna do 3 rounds. First, we're gonna rate kicks, next, leads and melodies, and lastly, sound design. And in the end, we're gonna put all the scores together and see who wins. Let's go. Alright, first round, we're gonna rate the kicks of the artists. Act of Rage. I'd say his kicks are pretty average. He's released a lot of new stuff recently, and I think that's an improvement over his previous kicks. 5. Eternize. Kicks has never been his strong suit, right? They're okay, it's not like they're bad or anything, but I'd say they're a bit below average. 4. Aftershock. So I think his kicks are performing strongly in a mixing sense, and especially the punches of the kicks are unique to him, but he's also used them pretty repetitively at this point. So that's going to be a 6. Atmospheres. This is pretty much the same story as with Aftershock. His kicks are pretty recognizable and unique to him. It's a strong performance, but not much innovation otherwise. He's getting a 6. Aversion. So this guy's on the harder side, and he's one of the guys that can make an entire track only consisting of kicks, and because of that he has a lot of variety in his kicks, which is positive, but overall pretty good. He's getting a 6 as well. B-Front is one of the OG guys, and so when it comes to kicks, he's just doing what he's always done, which is make heavy and raw pitched kicks, and that's completely fine, it still works, so he's just chilling in the middle when it comes to kicks. He's getting a 5. Brennan Hard. So this guy has pretty much used the same kick for the past 15 years and is like non-stop used for 15 years. It's honestly pretty crazy. And because of his fan base, he can get away with it. It's not like it's a bad kick per se, but it's outdated and obviously super repetitive at this point. 2. Kuhn. Also one of the OGs. I mean, he's just following the mass, and that's fine. He's getting a 5. D-Block and Estefan. These guys are on a roll, and they've been for so long. Their kicks are clean and always well-performing, and they always fit the track very well. They're also pretty innovative with mid-intro kicks. 8. Disturb. Also a guy with really strong kicks. He's pretty good all-round with his kicks, though not super innovative with mid-intro kicks. 6. The Tweakers. Some of the cleanest pitch kicks in the game. Can't really mess with those. Not the best mid-intro kicks though. 6. Demi Cannon. Pretty average. 5. Devin Wild. So he's taken a different turn lately. He went to the dark side. His music is very hard techno inspired these days, but honestly, because of the innovative sound design, his kicks are often more interesting than a lot of the standard stuff in the scene. So definitely points for innovation. 7. Ecstatic. This guy is very active in the scene these days, and I think his kicks have seen major improvements compared to what it was before. 5. Frontliner. Once again, a guy where kicks has never been his strong suit, but he's making up for it with originality because his kicks are always different, which I respect. 5. Hard Driver. Pretty average kicks, but always strong performance mixing wise. 5. Headhunters. So he's not giving us a lot of music lately, so it's hard to judge him, but out of the things he has released, there's a lot of innovation and really impressive sound design. 7. Isaac. This guy can do a bit of everything. His kicks are usually pretty strong. 6. Keltec. His kicks mostly sound the same. They're lovely sounding kicks, don't get me wrong, but they're pretty repetitive. And his mid-intro kicks are also pretty mid. 5. Noise Controllers. Same story here. He's stuck in the kicks he made 10 years ago. 4. Randy. Pretty average, no big remarks. 5. Rebellion. Okay, so these guys are making a name for themselves because of 3 things: kicks, energy, and vibe. I think they're doing pretty good. They're regularly coming up with new kicks. Some of their kicks are absolutely insane. Kicks are definitely one of their strongest assets. They're getting a 9. Refusion. I think his kicks are fine. That's really it. 5. Sound Rush. Not much to say. They're just following everybody else. 5. Sub-Zero Project. This is going to be the first 10 guys. How can you not? I mean, these guys are making mad kicks. Mid-intro kicks are from another planet. Their pitch kicks are always slamming. Yeah, that's a 10. Fertile. Ooh, this guy brought a completely new style to hardstyle kicks. Is it on the same level as Sub-Zero Project though? I think it is, right? I think he deserves a 10 too. And lastly, Wild Styles. What I like most about his kicks is how balanced and clean it is. I guess that's his best feature overall. Everything is just so clean and smooth. He's playing it safe though, so he's not very innovative. 6. Alright, that was the first round looking at kicks only. So we have Sub-Zero Project and Fertile at the top, followed closely by Rebellion and D-Block and Estefan. The question is, can these guys stay at the top? Because next, we're gonna rate the artists on leads and melodies. And I'm gonna continue to judge the artists objectively. So, lead and melody, Sub-Zero Project. I mean, they're at the top of the game in this as well. Their leads are always huge, and the melodies are always striking a perfect balance between emotion and energy. This is a 10 as well. Vertile, this guy is also a top performer in this space. Solid melodies overall. He has his own unique lead design that he continues to use. Is it at the top level though? I don't think it is. I think it's an 8. Rebellion. This is the second thing they're good at, melodies. Their melodies is hitting home runs for a lot of people. Their lead design is lacking a bit though, but still very solid. 7. D-Block and Estefan. This is probably what they're best at. Top level lead design. They're always using a lot of deeper layers to make the leads more complex, and it works really well for them. Their melodies are also some of the most advanced in the scene, but at the same time very consumable. This gotta be a 10. Devin Wild. As we discussed before, he's hardly ever making leads and melodies anymore, so let's give him a 5. Headhunters. This is what he's best at. He literally got famous because of his strong melodies, and that still stands these days. He's putting a lot of effort into the lead design as well, and he's always evolving. He deserves nothing but 10 on this. Aftershock. If you'd asked me 5-6 years ago to rate his leads and melodies, that would have been an easy 10. His stuff was so unique back then. But nowadays, sadly, it's nothing special anymore. 5. Atmospheres. This is what people love about his music, right? The melodies, the lead design, the vibe. So, seeing as it's his strong suit, I gotta rate it pretty high. 8. Aversion. Pretty mid. 5. Disturb. This guy has strong melodies. A pretty standard lead design for the most part, but high impact and high energy. 6. The Tweakers. So, people love these guys for their cheeky melodies, right? They're often feel-good and party vibe melodies, and that's a strong point. But honestly, their lead design is really lackluster. 6. Isaac. Once again, this guy can do anything. His melodies are usually very successful. His leads are powerful and energetic. 7. Wild Styles. Strong melodies, leaning to the more simple and emotional side. Great lead design, always super clean and smooth, but it's often the same lead design as for the past 7-8 years. 7. Act of Rage. Sounds a lot like everybody else. 5. B-Front. People love B-Front for his melodies, the way he writes melodies and are holding on to notes longer. It's very unique to him. On top of that, he has a really unique lead design. This is by far his strongest asset. 9. Coon. Nothing out of the ordinary. This guy is mostly about storytelling and community. 5. Demi Cannon. The combination of melodies and lead design is what people love about his music. It's nothing crazy special though. 7. Ecstatic. Once again, I think this guy has improved a lot recently, and this does include his melodies and lead design. He's getting a 6. Frontliner. Alright, so the melody man. We gotta be honest here. His leads and melodies doesn't have the same magic as they used to have. Does he still make good melodies? Yes. Is it a 7? Yeah, I think it's a 7. Hard Driver, I would say he's bang on in the middle. 5. Keltec. See, he's making good melodies and he has his own unique lead design. However, it's been like this for the past 10 years. I kinda miss some innovation from this guy. 6. Randy. Leads and melodies are just average for him. 5. Refusion. This is like the thing that this guy lives on. It's like the other euphoric guys. It's the combination of leads and melodies and emotion. 7. Sound Rush. I'm gonna sound like a hater now, but these guys are not good with melodies. Their lead design is fine, but man, melodies are not the reason they became popular. 2. Eternize. This guy easily has the most unique lead design in the scene. No doubt about it. And he's making great melodies as well. Easy 10. Noise Controllers. I'm sad to say this, but he's just not what he used to be. He's trying to hold on to his old sound, but it's not really the same these days. Same with his melodies. 4. Brennan Hard. So he is fully embracing simple melodies and simple leads. Once again, he's been doing that for years, and his fans seems to love it. It's kind of his brand at this point. I guess he's unique in the scene in that way. 4. Alright, so after rating Leads and Melodies, Sub-Zero Project are still at the top, followed by D-Block and Estefan and Vertile. The last round is going to focus on sound design. So this is why we look at how innovative and unique sounding the artists are compared to everybody else. Let's go. Sub-Zero Project. I mean, nobody's even close to their sound, both in terms of innovation and how unique they sound. 10. D-Block and Estefan. I feel like they're delivering pretty fresh and new stuff, and their style is also completely their own. 9. Vertile. So after he got popular, I feel like his style has been the same ever since. So he's not been evolving a whole lot, but he has a very unique sound, that's for sure. 8. Headhunters. If we look at his latest stuff like Live Forever, this track is like mind-blowingly unique and innovative. I really hope he continues down that path. This is an easy 10. Rebellion. Yeah, these guys are also frontrunners in terms of innovation and sound design. 10. Eternize. I mean, he has his own style and nobody's able to touch that. But apart from that, we haven't seen much innovation in the past 5-6 years. 6. Atmospheres. It's the typical euphoric hardstyle sound, but nothing really sets him apart from the rest. 4. B-Front. He's doing what he's always done. He has a unique sound, but it's been the same sound for the past 10-15 years. 5. Isaac. He's following the flow. He's not a trendsetter, but he's always quick to adapt, so he always has a pretty new and fresh sound. 6. Wild Styles. He's playing it safe. No big sudden moves in terms of sound design. He's not going to suddenly change things up. He has his signature sound for sure, but he's a slow mover in terms of innovation. 6. Disturb. His sound is pretty fresh. 6. Datweekers. Their sound have been the same for the past 10 years. It is unique to them, but it lacks innovation. 5. Demi Cannon, he's doing what everybody else is doing in euphoric hardstyle. 4. Devin Wild, see, he's doing the exact opposite of everybody else. He's innovating his own style and has very unique sound design. I can respect that. He's getting an 8. Frontliner, I mean, he's still being fairly innovative overall these days. He has a unique sound as well. So even though he's not super popular anymore, he's still doing a great job. 7. Refusion. I feel like he's largely sounding the same as 10 years ago. And his style is also pretty generic. No hate though. 3. Aftershock. Yeah, so at least he's trying different directions with his sound. It's not totally clear to me whether he's being successful at it though. 5. Aversion. He's doing what everybody else is doing in the raw style scene. 3. Ecstatic. Once again, he's on a journey to reinvent himself, and I think he's doing a great job. 5. Keltec. I genuinely love the unique sound he has, but it's been like 10 years since we've heard something innovative from him. 5. Active Rage. Doing the same thing as everybody else. 3. Coon. Same thing here, nothing new, playing it safe. 3. Hard Driver. In some regards he's innovating, but most of the time he's just being good old Hard Driver, which is fine. It's hard to be innovating all the time. 5. Randy. Nothing new going on here. 3. Noise controllers. Yeah, I wish he would just fully go back to his old style. His old signature style would easily beat most releases these days. With his current sound though, he's getting a 4. Soundrush. Their sound is very generic, and they're never the ones bringing new sounds to the scene. 2. And the last one, Brennan Hard, same thing here. He's got a strong fan base that loves his old school sound. 3. Alright, that is the tier list. And unsurprisingly, Sub-Zero Project came out on top. These guys are beasts in so many respects. So the first place is well deserved. I think I did a pretty good job staying objective throughout. What do you guys think about this ranking? Do you think I was fair? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.